Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to be brief because I've already lost my voice. One day on the stand, I think was too much fun. So I will be quite brief and try to keep it short. Thank you, Hub, for inviting me to your conference. I always appreciate attending. C-Com is a world leader in the design and manufacture of mobile auto-acquire antennas. We're very singularly focused on the design of this type of solution and only this type of solution. The focus has been since 1997 when the company was founded. We have over 7,000 units in the field, auto-deploy units in KU, C, and KA band. And in terms of driveaways, flyaways, and fixed motorized products as well, we are a world leader. The topic of discussion that we chose for this week was not meant to be too self-promotional, but what I did want to go over was the evolution of the hardware business. I've always been, I wrote an article recently about how I felt that the satellite business moves too slowly, that progress is very, very limited and takes a long, long time. And you can see how far we've come, say, in the last 50 years from Intelsat 1's early bird with an estimated cost of some $15 million, all the way to Epic today and VSAT 2 tomorrow. You can see the vast differences in the costs and the weights and the bandwidth provided by these products, or by these satellites. Obviously, from the first satellite to the last satellite, there's going to be a significant difference, but again, this is 50 years. I'm hoping that we have come a long way, but I'm hoping that we continue to move forward at a much more rapid rate like we do, it seems, in consumer products. I think my generation, maybe we're a little bit impatient. We've gone from fixed antennas, these big honking fixed antennas, to fixed motorized antennas, antennas that are fixed but motorized with a controller, to flyaway antennas, which are auto-acquire and placed on the ground, to vehicle-mounted products that you can drive anywhere with the unit on the roof of a vehicle, stop and pop and connect. And now we're moving into a communications on the move, SATCOM on the move segment of the market, where we believe is the future of the hardware business. Yeah, we've gone from C-band to KU band and now to KA band. So clearly that the customer's requirement is going from high expectancy and large products to high expectancy and small products. So I guess we're all kind of prima donnas in this business. We want more for less. You can see how big marine antennas still are today, but the future remains in much smaller dual band products, multi-band KU, KA, KAX products that exist. And also in the aeronautical business, we're talking about significant connection speeds with really flat, low-profile products designed by Panasonic, VSAT, and many others. So like I said, we're all prima donnas in this business from what I can tell. We want everything smaller, lighter, cheaper, unlimited, inexpensive bandwidth, and we want it right now, and if not yesterday. But the reality is that we are in a business that seems to have a pace of change that is relatively slow. So what are we looking at today? What is coming? What is in the future? I think the big thing that most customers are now looking for that we see is the ability to have both KU and KA, to have multi-band solutions. When compared to KU, KA obviously has been shown to be lower priced as of today. The hardware comparatively is also lower priced, and the bandwidth availability tends to be a little bit better. Some studies have shown there's some 30% decrease in total cost of ownership for a KA band broadcaster versus a KU band. So obviously there's pros and cons to both. to either using KU or KA, and you can sort them out on your own. Whether you're a broadcaster, oil and gas company, emergency service provider, you name it. But there's options to have both, and why not have both instead of having to pick? So just briefly, EUsatcom has designed an antenna, specifically the 98 centimeter iNetView 981, which is convertible to multiple Ka-band services, approved on Avanti, which is the 98G, on EUsatcom on the 98H, and on the 98V, which is a VSAT or Eutelsat product. So just simply changing the feed arm can provide you with a KU or multiple KA band services. It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. You're not going to have to buy an entire new piece of hardware. This is good for those customers who are looking to save a few bucks. So you can see the different feed arm and transceivers that come with this type of solution. Similarly, we've done it with our flyaways. We've taken a KU band 98 centimeter flyaway and converted it to all the KA band services. So what we're looking for is to seek approvals on as many KA band services as possible to make it easier for the customer, from Telenor to Epic to Global Express to Jupiter. These are all coming HTS satellites that are going to have a lot of bandwidth available, and customers on the ground are going to want, or on the sea, are going to want options. So the future is, in my opinion, quite bright. I think we are entering into a golden age of our satellite business. And the reason I say that is because we're seeing more and more major innovators in the world kind of realizing about satellite today. Whether it's Elon Musk or Bill Gates or Richard Branson or Greg Weiler, they're now really pushing hard into this business. And I think that that's a good sign. In the mainstream, as I'm sure you all know, satellite is nothing. Nobody knows anything about satellites. It's kind of like the internet in 1995. Really, nobody knows what they do, how they work, how they provide us with such important stuff all the time. So what I think what's coming is what people will want is the availability of bandwidth at all times while in motion. When we walk around with our cell phones, they don't stop because we're moving. Or we're in our car. So we have that sorted on the cellular side. But if we can sort it out on the SATCOM side, I think we have a significant potential to really revolutionize this business. So we've developed a COM on the Move solution, a KA band COM on the Move solution. It was released yesterday. It's at our booth 4.C53 if you want to come take a look. It's a flat panel phase shifter technology that's patented by us. It's available currently in KA. Will be in full production by next year. We're also developing a KU version. So it's a flat, low panel, or low profile product. In a more advanced second track, we are developing a metamaterial, electronically steerable, super thin antenna that will, what we hope is to change the face of the hardware business forever. It would be available for every type of vehicle, land, sea, air. It will be affordable to produce and to sell, to purchase. It'll be available for consumers and commercials. And what we hope is that it's as ubiquitous as a cell phone, and if possible, be the size of something like this and on the roof of every vehicle. I don't know what that's going to mean. I don't know what we would need bandwidth at all times, everywhere, for any reason. But somebody knows why, and some futurists can figure it out. Maybe it's machine-to-machine, car-to-car communication. I don't know. Just like Steve Jobs didn't foresee apps becoming so huge when he built an iPhone. But I think if you build it, they will come, and somebody will figure it out. That is the future, the smallest, lightest, cheapest, most convenient antenna possible. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Drew. I'm pleased that the voice held out there.
I think it's getting better. Thank you.
Yep.
Question, if I may. Hi, Drew. Timescales, you said that the KA flat panels are this year already. What sort of indicative timescales do you imagine for both the KU and then the metamaterial technologies? When would that hit the markets?
Actually, the KU flat panel is likely to be ready in the next 90 days. We're actually going to we're ahead of schedule on that. The KA that you can see downstairs, the demonstrator unit, is a little further out. We require probably an additional 6 months to go through the approval process. But mechanically and electronically, it's pretty set. It's pretty set. But again, I would still call the unit downstairs an alpha, a demonstrator unit. It's not really ready for sale, and it certainly won't be in production until we get through beta phase. But I would say KA within 90 days. KU within 90 to 120 days, KA probably Q2, Q3 of next year, full production. Metamaterial project, which we're working on with a major Canadian university, hopeful that probably 2 years. And we've already done some very significant initial tests with some significant witnesses to show that this is coming. It's not pie in the sky like we hear some other companies may be working on. This is the real deal. Yeah.
Good. Drew, thank you very much.